Hello and welcome. I'm Lori Huber, the Director of the Clay County Economic Development Group, and I'm here today with Bob Stratton to visit about some of the projects he's working on. But let's start with your history. Bob, can you tell us kind of where you started and what brought you here?
All right, thank you for allowing me to be here. Yeah, I moved to Clay Center years back, and my dad owned Tasty Pastry Bakery, and we took it over in 1974 and was involved with that, and was very discontented with what I was doing, and chose to sell the bakery. And when we sold the bakery, I ended up not sure what I was going to do, but I felt God was calling me to do something different, to be more involved with people. I guess I was about 50 years old when I did that, and it was a time in my life where I thought, what am I doing that really is important and can be used for eternal value, I guess. And I thought being more involved with people and with kids is what I could do. I started off being a para at the middle school for 4 years, and then was asked to fill in basically at the Covenant Church in a position where the associate pastor had just left, and I was asked to do a few hours there. And the more I was there, my hours increased, and I was able to work more hours there. My gifting is a lot with putting people in places they need to be, recognizing their gifts a lot of times, and in the church I was doing like hosting ministries. I did small groups, I placed people in small groups and things like that, but worked a lot with that. Through that enabled me to get to know a lot of people in the church community. When I was at the bakery, I got to know a lot of the people in the business community. When I was in the school, I got to know a lot of people in the school committee, or in the school community. And it sort of prepared me for what I'm doing today. I was involved with kids and a lot with the at-risk community. And what my role now is Common Ground Community Pastor. And that basically is how I got to where I am now.
So you've had quite a diversity in being able to meet the people in the community. So do you have any examples of some of the projects that you matched people with?
Different times we've done ministries with Common Ground, and recognizing people when we put, like the one-on-one is a mentoring program, and recognizing people that had the different gifts in order to, Marcia Hobitzel was one, had connections, understanding of, she used to be the director of Head Start. She understood kids, how to work with them, things to do. We had Jennifer Brim, who was on staff with Big Brothers Big Sisters in Salina. We were able to get her to be the first director of one-on-one, so we used her, and just different people with different mixes, and new people in the community that had a passion for kids and working with kids, and recognizing who they were.
Yeah. So these are all programs under the church, within the church?
No, under Common Ground Ministries.
Oh, it was under Common Ground at that time.
Yeah,
okay.
It was under Common Ground. Mm-hmm.
So you kind of skipped over Tasty Pastry quite a bit there, that being a big part of Clay Center's history and everything. You were maybe the second or third owner of the business?
No, my dad bought it. The bakery was there since the 1920s, and there were probably 3 owners before my dad bought it in 61.
Okay.
He bought it, and he was a baker. I mean, he had the experience. He actually did like decorating cakes. He did cake for the Eisenhower Museum when it opened up for President Eisenhower. Senator Frank Carlson from Concordia he did their anniversary cake, and he was well known and really enjoyed the baking aspect of it. I probably was more interested in the business aspect of it than the. I was involved in the baking, but I preferred the business part of it,
Right.
and the people. There's so many people that come in, and getting to know the people, that was really
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, yeah. So I suppose you got to meet a lot of the community people coming in to buy as well as the
Exactly.
business people.
And was involved with the business community and the Chamber of Commerce and different things,
So,
you know, through the years with that. So
good, good. Well, we're going to take a short break, and we'll come back in a little bit and hear about the Common Grounds and the projects they have going on.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with your Eagle Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit eaglecom.net to learn more.
Welcome back. I'm Lori Huber with Clay County Economic Development, here with Bob Stratton, talking about the Common Grounds and how it got started and the projects that it's doing. So can you give us some insight?
okay, Common Ground's probably been around 15 years or so, and how it got started was there were some ministries that were started up, One-on-One, which is a mentoring ministry, Detour, which was a ministry to junior high and high school age kids, and then we had started Time for You, which was an after school ministry.
So was Common Grounds already formed to take these, or were these programs already being done? They just didn't have an umbrella that they were working under?
Right, they didn't have the umbrella. The Detour 50C3 was a Methodist church, and One-on-One was under the Lighthouse for Christ, 501c3. And then Time for You, when we started that up, that's when we thought, well, maybe we need to have an umbrella organization for all of these, and that's when Common Ground came about.
Okay.
But Common Ground has since added the Labor of Love ministry, and what that is, it goes out in the community and does different projects for the disabled, senior citizens, or single parents, and they'll do like small home repairs or automobile repairs, yard work, things like that is what they do. But right now there's 6 ministries under Common Ground. That's one of them. The One-on-One mentoring ministry, which it's Christians, adults that meet with kids from 5 years old to 17 years old, and some of those matches are out of school, and some are during. They meet with them in the school. Time for You is an after-school program for kindergarten through 3rd grade that meets here at Common Ground on Tuesdays. And then The Getaway is an after-school program for 4th and 5th graders that meets here on Mondays. Summer Fun is a breakfast program that meets in the middle of June to about the first week in August, and it's for kindergarten through 5th grade. And they'll do different things with that. We'll try to go on field trips on Fridays to different parks, sometimes to water parks, and do things like that. Moms Connect just came under Common Ground this summer, and what that is, it's for young mothers with children, and they meet once a month. They'll have a speaker, and they'll have generally a craft they'll do together, and then there'll be childcare for the children then. But they probably minister to 30 or so young mothers is what they do. But
I wasn't counting. Was that 6? Did you name all 6?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay. So the Moms Connect and them, do they all meet in this facility?
No, Moms Connect meets in the different churches is what they do, but
Okay.
the other ones do.
So all the other ones meet here.
Right.
So can you tell us a little bit about this facility and how it came about?
It's been about 12 years, I would say, that we purchased this building. It was a interesting story. It was they're trying to sell it and hadn't been able to sell it for a year, and they came to Common Ground and offered it for $25,000, which we really didn't have the money, but they wanted us to buy it and pay for it within 3 years. And we had enough for a down payment of $5,000, and we weren't sure where the rest of the money was going to come from. And then it was probably 2 months later, it was a couple of parents whose kids had been involved in one of the ministries here offered interest off a trust fund of, it was $8,000 a year for 7 years. And so we paid off the building in 3 years and had extra money, which we were able to put a good roof on and do some other things. But
good. So then the decor, you know, there's like the fake windows and doors and things like that. How did that all come about?
Actually, Lisa Seeley was one in the community that was on the Common Ground board. Her and her family did tons of work here. And then she's the one who had a lot of the ideas. Jennifer Griffiths is one that did the one side with the cafe setting and that. But Lisa and her family really organized a lot of this and got it going.
So then there's, in the back part, there's a nice kitchen here, and then there's games and things in the back. Is that mostly used by the after-school program?
Right. The building's rented too. If people want to rent the building for birthday parties, anniversary parties, we've used it for graduations, different things the building's used. But there's a stage was built back there, and it's got a projector. And then there was a band in previous years that played there. And then once in a while there'll be a group that comes in from out of town or something that will play here. Cloverton from Manhattan's been here before. But yeah, there's a basketball cage back there the kids love. There's what's called carpet ball, which is sort of like shuffleboard, except it's up on a table. Overhead foursquare, there's video games, ping pong, pool, bumper pool, but there's several different things that kids can play.
And then you also have your office here.
Right. Last, I guess it was June, I started in the role as Common Ground community pastor. Common Ground was looking at what they needed to do in order to be able to reach out to the community more, and they felt they needed a staff person on, and I was hired in that position. What I do, I go into all 4 schools and meet with kids. I do jail ministry. I work with the churches, go to Ministerial Alliance and try to get the churches working more together, and this Serve Sunday is one thing that's coming up, we'll talk about later, that we do go into the churches and talk about the opportunity to serve in the community and have a sign-up sheet which we ask them to sign, which they can sign up for the Lighthouse, to help with labor of love projects, to help with taking someone to a medical appointment, things like that. But just getting the churches being Christ out in the community more is what we're trying to do there.
Sounds like that's a labor of love as well. So.
Right.
Well, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in a little bit just to hear about the next project.
Eagle Communications is your ultimate business partner. We provide business class phone with customizable features and fast, reliable internet. Your knowledgeable team at Technology Solutions has a broad base of IT services to meet your needs. Let the experts at Marketing Solutions get your message to the right people on the best platforms. The only piece missing is your business. Call Eagle Communications today at 877-61-EAGLE.
Welcome back again. I'm Lori Huber with the Economic Development Group, and I'm here with Bob Stratton talking about Common Grounds and the projects that they have going on. So I know that a few years ago there was one started called Serve Sunday. Could you tell us how that got started? And
that started basically, Janet Cott, who's on staff with the Covenant Church, and I was on staff at the time with the Covenant Church, had heard of this being done in other communities. And I think Pastor Grant also had a friend up in Canada. I'm thinking that he said they had done this. And what it involved with was not having actual church service that Sunday, but going out in the community and doing different projects. Well, Janet had talked about that for a year or two, and we talked about, well, the next year we're going to do it. And the role I was doing as pastor and connecting people up there, I guess, sort of fell on my shoulders, and so we decided, we were going to do a Serve Sunday, and it was just our church at the time that did it. I think the Methodist Church for a number of years had done church outside the walls, I think they called it, in the fall, and had done several projects that way. But what we did the first year, if I can remember, probably the major project was painting the band shelter. And I think the city band was celebrating
their
100th year, wasn't it? Right, and so they wanted to get it painted, and so that's quite a project. We brought 2 tower trucks, or whatever you call them, in to help assist with that. But
so I'm assuming the city would have bought the material.
Yeah,
that was
they
needed.
furnished the paint, right?
And so then, the trucks, were they donated, or did somebody have to pay for those?
No, it was people within the congregation
Okay.
that had them, and so we used those. But we did different projects that year. We did painted some at the ball fields. We did, I think it was a Dexter house that the museum had out on the highway.
Yeah.
We did some painting and worked on the windows out there. We took meals to the police department, the inmates, the officers, to the fire department, to EMS, to the hospital staff. But I think that pretty much is what we did the first year. And the second year, we talked to the Ministerial Alliance about doing this and see who would be interested in coming on board with this. And the Methodist Church was the only one at the time that wanted to be involved. And we found that some people, which rightly so, you'll disagree on the Bible, what it says. You're supposed to work on Sunday, you're supposed to do good on Sunday, it goes both ways. So some churches didn't want to be involved because it was on Sunday. But we went ahead and did it with the Methodist Church. And the major project was Lincoln School wanted a track built, just a walking track for the kids and whoever wanted to use it. And that was one of the major projects. We again served food to the different EMS, fire department, and different ones again. And then we painted some out at Otto Unruh Stadium and did some of that. We worked, the museum had moved to a new building,
Yeah.
another building, and so we did a lot of work in the museum that year. But that's basically is what we did. We came together then at the end at noon that Sunday, and then had a picnic with both churches and did that. But
Had that in a park?
right, in Dexter, so
Dexter Park. Okay.
that's pretty much what we did.
So, and now we're going into year 3.
Right,
And is there plans to grow it anymore?
right. We changed it this year because a lot of churches didn't want to be involved on a Sunday with it, so we changed to a Saturday, and it changed a lot of churches wanted to be involved then because it was on Saturday. So right now we have 7 churches that are planning on being involved in it, which was exciting. We don't have projects listed yet. I've talked to Patrick Hayes of the Parks Department and talked to him last year. He's going to make a list of projects for us. Talked to Greg Jensen, who's the one in charge of the schools, of the grounds and the different things at the school. Talked to Matt Weller. A lot of times at Lincoln School, he'll have different projects he wants inside the building done. Talked to him. Then we talked to Jeff over at the museum, and he's going to make a list of projects too for us to have. And then we again will look at taking meals to the different entities.
Yeah.
And
so is it limited to the people from these churches to assist?
if they'd want to assist, if they'd want to contact me, that would be fine. And then the churches will be making their congregation aware of the different projects they can sign up for to help. We want to get the churches to interact, and so we won't have a church responsible for a certain project necessarily. We'll have different people from the different churches working together is what we would like to do. So.
And so if somebody wanted to help out with it, and you said to contact you, how would they go about doing that?
They could contact me down here at Common Ground, or at email me at Bob at Clay Center. Well, let me change that. Bob at commongroundclaycenter.org. They could contact me, or stop in here on the square and see me. So.
Okay. The building here on the square. In the mornings only, or are you?
I'm here in the afternoons. I'm in and out because I do visit schools and different places. So. Okay.
So, and what day is this year's Serve Saturday?
It's Saturday, May 19th is when it will be.
Saturday, May 19th.
Right, it'd be 8 to 12.
So don't wait until the 18th to sign up. Sign up early so that they have time to get the planning done. So. Well, thank you very much for being here with us today and telling us all about Common Grounds and Serve Saturday and the things you have going on.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate that much.
Thank you. So, and thank you for joining us at Clay Center Now. Hope to see you next time.